A few weeks ago here on the show, we showed you this picture. Have a look. That's BC native turned Cape Bretoner Bryson Striker Lyons encountering a moose calf while longboarding on the Cabot Trail. Now, media from across the Maritimes and beyond picked up on the picture, and many news outlets, including this one, thought the encounter occurred in early August of this year. But I did some investigating and I called up Bryson, the man in this photo, and it turns out the pic was actually snapped 4 years ago. Well, that phone call triggered a bigger conversation about why Bryson was longboarding on the Cabot Trail in the first place and what brought him to Nova Scotia. Turns out he came here to run a very unique hostel on the Cabot Trail, one that like most businesses, has been struggling throughout the pandemic. And on a recent trip to Cape Breton, I met up with Bryson in beautiful Cape Breton. That's pretty much as north as you can get on the Highlands on the Cape Breton Trail, to learn more about his one-of-a-kind hostel. Have a look.
I'm Bryson Striker Lyons. I'm from the Pacific Ocean, from Pender Harbor, and now I'm here at my beautiful Cape Breton home on the wonderful Atlantic Ocean. We're at the top of the famous Cabot Trail at the Highlands Hostel. So I'm a downhill skateboard racer. Longboarding is basically a long skateboard, and it's a nice, stable skateboard that you can use for transportation to your local store, or just commuting, or for me, downhill skateboarding. I was the first one to downhill the Cabot Trail about 15 years ago. I've traveled the world downhill skateboarding and announcing races, and 2006 I skateboarded across Canada promoting 4 other guys skating from Halifax to Vancouver against breast cancer. And as I was crossing the country from west to east, people were saying, "You skateboard downhill? Have you ever heard of the famous Cabot Trail?" And skating at the Rockies for years at that time, I figured, there's nothing bigger than the Rockies in Canada. But when I showed up to the famous Cabot Trail, I was captivated by the majestic mountains here. We have 5 beautiful runs: Mackenzie, Northeast, Northwest, French, and Smoky, and it's world-class hills here, and I was blown away. I've been paid to skateboard around the world, and I've stayed in so many hostels. And when I seen this place, when I was looking up a place to live here in Cape Breton, this church popped up, and when I seen inside, I was just like, I can't believe it. It's ready to go. Like, this is a hostel in the making. And then I looked where it was, and it was in the middle of the national park. We're sandwiched in between the east and the west side of the national park, and we're only a half an hour from the top of Cape Breton Island. So you can kind of venture out from all areas. Where we are right now, we're like centered. It's and there's some kind of energy here. It's super magical. We've been getting like elderly people coming in, and we've been getting so many people that have been here for the first time. We get people from all over the world. We get families. We have a coloring station for kids. We're a family-run hostel, so we're getting people from all walks of life. And before COVID hit, it was international. But what's been awesome is the amount of Nova Scotians that are traveling up here, and they've heard about us, and they're coming up and just meeting Nova Scotians. Because when we moved here three falls ago, we didn't have a chance to really tour Nova Scotia, so we're meeting all these Nova Scotians and Cape Bretoners, and they're supporting us by staying in staycation vacations. And it's been a really cool opportunity to meet the people from the island and the mainland. McKinnon, everybody. That beautiful fiddler from the Cape Breton Northern Highlands. We have live music. We have Sean McKinnon. He comes in and plays the fiddle. We have nice fires for people to just, get that energy in their life. A lot of people don't get to have a nice fire at night, so we always have fires. We have a bell tower to watch the sunrises in, and there's so many different places you can hide away in this old church. It's almost 100 years old. And we have an attic we're building our skateboard museum, the Coast Museum of Downhill, and that basically tells a story coast to coast of downhill in Canada, but also legends of downhill worldwide. And then expect to be thrown in my big RV. You never know. I just kind of play who's coming in, what they want to do, and then I make sure it gets done. We have North Highland Nordics running in the wintertime. We have Ski Cape Smoky now building up a new gondola, and they're going to be running year-round. But, you know, to snowshoe the 26 or 7 trails in the national park, to explore the Highlands, the Northern Highlands by your snowshoes, your cross-country skis, your mountain bikes, your downhill skis, your snowboard. And this is the adventure capital of Nova Scotia. It's the winter capital of Nova Scotia, and we're smack dab in the middle of all the adventure here. So this is a perfect base camp for you and your group to come. If they're swimming, they want Instagram shots, they want to go hiking, whatever they want. And I just, I get personal with everybody that comes through here, and we make sure that they have a time.